Next bill to be heard is House Bill 693, repossession of manufactured signs. Representative Crutchfield, I believe you'll be presenting the motion. The floor is yours, sir. Welcome to Judiciary 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, committee. This bill is in the industry, in the custom sign industry, what happens is you're going to go out and build a sign for a specific restaurant or hotel or whatever, and it's really unique to that. And occasionally you get a client who will decide after you've got the sign in their building and they're selling their food or whatever that they don't want to pay for the sign. This bill will allow the sign manufacturer to go back and repossess that sign. We did put guardrails on it such that you can't go in there and destroy the person's property. You have to be peaceful in the way that you do it and keep the property in the condition in which you found it. But it does allow custom sign manufacturers to repossess a sign. Truth is, they really don't want to repossess a sign. They want to get paid for it. But it's really not fair for the person that paid for half of it to get to use it to earn business off the backs of the sign company. So that's the purpose of this bill, and I would appreciate your support.
Thank you for that presentation. Are there any questions or comments by any member of the committee?
I have a question.
Representative Potts, you recognize, sir.
Once the sign is permanently attached to the building, doesn't it become a part of the real estate? And wouldn't you have to go through a longer process to get the sign back?
Representative Crutchfield.
I'm sorry, yes, sir. This bill would allow you to go get that sign. It would override that restriction that currently exists in UCC code, yes, sir.
But if I may add to that, Representative Potts, they have to do it without breaching the peace. Isn't that correct?
Correct, yes, sir.
Yes. Does that answer your question? Would you like to have a follow-up?
No, follow-up.
Yes, sir, you're
That
recognized.
answers my question. I've built commercial buildings with signs, and they're expensive, $40,000 or $50,000. But I don't know how you take the sign without breaching the peace if he doesn't want to give it back. There's got to be a legal process that you have to go through to get it.
Representative Crutchfield, would you like to respond?
There is an existing process where you can file a mechanics lien against it. Most of the time, mechanics liens only last for a certain number of days, and usually trying to work it out with the customer to get it paid, and it usually runs beyond the mechanics lien, and you end up with nothing.
Representative Jones, you're recognized.
Thank you. I just had a question. Maybe that's it. I just don't know enough about the industry, but what's wrong with this saying that before you get the sign erected, you have to pay in full?
Representative Crutchfield.
I wish it was that way. That would be much easier. But what happens in the industry is everybody, as your competitors, will only require 50% down to buy the sign and then take the balance when they get paid. So everybody's kind of competing on that platform. It'd be nicer if we could all just say, hey, nobody takes the sign unless they pay for it up front. It just doesn't work that way in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Representative Harrison, is this for a question or a comment?
Question.
You're recognized.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative. It's been a long time since I was in law school. So there's not anything currently in our statutes beyond the mechanics lien that applies to these sorts of situations. That's why you have to create this new statute.
Representative Crutchfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. To my knowledge, there's nothing existing. That's why we created this bill.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, I had no one to sign up either to speak for or against the proposed legislation, so do I hear a motion? Representative Harrison.
I'll move for a favorable report with a serial referral to rules.
That is the motion before us. Any discussion before we vote? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Ayes have it. You receive a favorable report.